Hi, I'm Pete Middleton. I still drive, but have a blue badge. I had to fight to get it, but it really does help me. You know, on the 30th of August 2019, Mr. Grant Shapps, who was then the Transport Secretary, said, "We know that for some people, the possibility of not being able to find a parking space can make even leaving the house a challenge, which is why the blue badge is so important. The scheme, which is already a lifeline for so many disabled people, will make a huge difference to those with non-visible conditions, such as autism, dementia, Parkinson's and arthritis. It is my sincere wish that these changes will improve even more people's lives." So why is it still so difficult to get a blue badge if you have a diagnosis of dementia? I submitted my application 4 years ago now, nearly 5 years ago, about a year into my diagnosis of young onset dementia. Yes, I still drive. I retake my test regularly, and I'm always monitoring my performance. Driving is muscle memory. Mirror, indicate, manoeuvre, all of that sort of thing is just like walking or riding a bicycle. My problems lie with navigation, as with many people living with dementia, I guess. But I have a sat-nav, and I found coping strategies to enable me to drive safely, which is the overriding principle. And that ability to drive opens the doors for me to doing a lot of work around dementia and getting out and about in the community, which otherwise I couldn't do. It removes my isolation. Anyway, I put in an application for a blue badge, and in there I told them how my dementia affects me. I'm okay in busy places, but sometimes I become overwhelmed if there's too much sensory input, if there's too much noise and hubbub, if I get too emotional. I need to get away from it. I need to retire to my place of safety, the little cocoon of comfort, and that's my car. The thing is, I'm not very rational when I need to flee these places, and so I sometimes couldn't find my car. I just forget where I parked it. In a large car park, that can be a nightmare. In a hospital car park once, I couldn't locate my vehicle for, nearly an hour. Eventually I broke down in tears, and somebody took pity of me. But the more I looked and the more I worried, the less I paid attention to other vehicles in the car park. And I would never have found my car. I don't know what I would have done if it wasn't for a member of the public helping me. But if I have a marked bay, I know just where I'm going to. Now, there are apps out there. You can press a button when you park your car, and it'll tell you exactly whereabouts in the car park to go to pick it up. Well, that's good. But if you're driving on your own and you leave your car, you're thinking about getting to that appointment, doing that thing. And the last thing you remember to do is to get your phone out, get an app, and enter something into the app. You just don't do it. And by the time you realise that you should have done it, it's too late. So having that ability, not always, but when I feel I need it and the situation is right, to use that blue pass, that makes a heck of a difference to me. Now, I put some of that into my application for my blue badge, and it was refused. Individual councils seem to let their staff decide individually what merit there is in each application. And I don't think they're always aware of what the legislation now says. They think it's all about mobility. But it's not all about mobility, and it's up to us to make them see that when we put our applications in. We need to tell them how we feel on our worst day. How you feel, the distress you have when you can't find your car. When the emotion wells up and you make a fool of yourself by breaking down in public and being incoherent. My appeal was granted, and as you see, I've got my blue badge. But I had to remember, and this is my tip for you all. Well, actually, I've two. One, don't give up. If you're refused your blue badge, which I believe is your entitlement, put in an appeal. And secondly, in that appeal, please ensure that you let people know how things are for you on your worst day. That's important. They've got to know how you feel on your worst day. Anyway, good luck with your application. It will change your life if you get it. Thank you.